Now we have completed the setup of our IDE, okay, our code editor. The next important thing is that we have to install our compiler, okay. See, right now on our machine we don't have any compiler installed, but there is one important thing. If you are using Mac OS or if you are using Linux, then in that case your machine will by default have a compiler for C++ installed, okay. So on Linux and on Mac OS there is a G++ compiler for C++. See, G++ is name of the compiler, okay. So it's just like let's say my name is Rushikesh, so the name of the compiler is G++, okay. So on Linux and on Mac OS, G++ is already installed. By default it is installed, but on Windows it is not installed by default. So for that, on Windows we have to follow some installation steps to install a compiler on Windows, okay. So let's quickly move down and let's see how we can install a compiler on Windows, okay. So there is a popular compiler for Windows called as MinGW, okay. So this MinGW is a popular compiler for Windows for compiling C++ code, okay. So let's quickly install this MinGW on our machine. So let's click on this link, okay, and then we'll just download this from here. Now this download is automatically getting started, so it will just take some time and then it will download, okay. Okay, cool. Now it has got downloaded. Again click on that file and then just click on next. Okay, so now I'm clicking on next. Okay, here there's one important thing. In the architecture you have to select x84-64. This is for the 64-bit machine, right? So you have to select the second option. Then the other things can be kept as by default. You don't have to change anything over here. Then click on next. Okay, now this is the destination folder where this installation is basically happening. Just copy this path, then click on next. It will take few minutes to get installed, okay. So we have to wait for that much time. Okay, now this download has got completed. Now just click on next to proceed for the next installation steps and then click on finish, okay. So yeah, that's it. I mean, now the basic installation of the MinGW compiler is finished. Now there's one additional step that we need to do in Windows. So once you install your MinGW, what you have to do is we have to add the path of MinGW compiler in our environment variables, okay. So let's do that. So go to your search bar and just search for environment variables, edit environment variables, just click on that, okay. So here you will get an option where you can see there is a button called as environment variable. So click on that button. Now there are two types of environment variable. One is user variable and another one is system variable. So go in system variable and check for the path variable name, okay. So here you can find it, right, path. Then click on edit, okay. Then click on new and then paste the path which you have copied. This is the path which we copied, okay. And after this path, if I go back to our document, VS Code document, so after this path we just have to append bin mingw64/bin, okay. So after this just append this thing, that's it, and click on OK, click on OK again, click on OK, okay, 3 times, okay, cool. So that is the installation of MinGW compiler. Now to check whether the installation is successfully done or not, what we have to do, just open your CMD command prompt, okay. So again go to the search bar and just click on CMD. Okay, now in the CMD just type this command. You have to type g++ -- version. Okay, so if the installation is successful, then you can see that when you type g++ -- version, then it will print version of your g++, the latest version that we just installed, okay. So if you are good with this step, then we are good with our environment setup. So basically we have installed Visual Studio Code and also we have installed MinGW compiler, and we can now start writing our first C++ code, okay. And again, if you are a Linux or Mac OS user, then in that case you just have to install Visual Studio Code. You don't have to install any compiler because G++ is by default installed on Linux and macOS.